You can stream from so many websites these days, from YouTube to Twitter, Kick to Twitch, and even apps like Instagram and TikTok. And of course, we can't forget about Facebook Live. But what about the early days of streaming? The days before it was taken over by the gay mafia. Today we're going to talk about a streaming site that had everything from wholesome streams
Wow. You just had me call the FBI, you mother...
to bizarre and eccentric characters.
What am I doing with my life? I am doing shit with my life.
As well as illicit illegal activities. Nowadays you can get banned off PlayStation for calling someone a or a or a sucking bitch ass donkey simple jack having ass Asperger ass bitch. You get what I mean. Times have changed. But back in the day, back in the all or nothing days, the PlayStation had an ability to stream to a website called Ustream. Ustream had several rules and regulations that users had to agree to be allowed to stream on their site. But you know what they say about the rules.
You make your rules and we will break them. Yeah.
Is anybody recording those crazy live streams? Crazy shit happening every night. People masturbating, smoking, getting drunk, etc. Just wondering if anyone is actually recording all of that and hosting it on the internet. I saw a few on YouTube, but YT is probably going to take it down soon. If nobody is doing that, then somebody should. PS Live is getting better than cable. Would you kindly link me those smoking vids on YouTube, please? I'll be smoking on there tonight around 9 p.m. ET if you're interested in watching me get paranoid and beat up a chair. Last night on Live on PlayStation, had underage Canadians getting drunk while viewers teased one of them to the point of making him cry. He punched air for about 3 hours, threatening to beat up the internet. Two Germans shoved bottles up their ass and slapped each other with while one of them constantly showed his ass and nuts to the camera. Quote unquote, the king smoked and continued to tell everyone he was rich and a gangsta, flashing around $1 bills while his wife sat in an Oscar the Grouch shirt completely blitzed out of her mind. Live on PlayStation is better than reality TV. It's like Big Brother, but with people of Walmart. Holy shit, best description ever. No joke, I saw a stream of a girl cutting her wrists on the Playroom with those little robot guys, and she was drunk and dropped her rice and was just screaming. Her neighbor knocked on the door at one point to ask if she was okay. Craziest stream I've ever seen. There was actually a subreddit that had all of this information on it called the Playroom that was completely shut down and had God only knows what kind of content on it. This video might be underwhelming as it's really hard to find footage of a lot of this, but in my opinion that kind of adds to the elusiveness and intrigue behind these mysterious PlayStation streams. You truly had to be there to witness a lot of this. But how did we get here in the first place? Sony's The Playroom was designed to be an augmented reality type of game where you could do funny things using the PlayStation controller. Sony had been doing gimmicky things like this for a long time. Back in the day, they used to have a thing called the iToy, where you could look like a doofus while playing virtually augmented games. Now imagine if you could look like this, but for the entire world to see. Well, that was the idea Sony had, and while sleazy Japanese businessmen thought they could embarrass American and Caucasian rednecks and black African American people from the hood by tricking them into live streaming their exploits for the world to see, well, they truly underestimated the American spirit, and that we would use this new technology that they had given us to present displays of degeneracy never thought imaginable. People would go onto the Playroom and broadcast themselves doing all sorts of interesting and outlandish things. However, when that got boring, people realized they could just have sex on there. I haven't seen any smoking videos on YT, just Live. Here's a link to a video of a crazy couple getting completely naked. This video was taken down by YouTube. They were online today again. He briefly f***ed her vagina and ass. They just didn't have sex because their stream didn't reach 5,000. They'll be back tomorrow though. So I just witnessed Live from PlayStation for the first time. What did I find? People having sex. It's not like things you do on the internet last forever, right? Well, unfortunately and ironically enough, given that most of these Playroom streams are lost media now, there is a plethora of sex videos that were captured from the Playroom from these days that you can easily find on the internet. The Playroom had a real nudity problem on top of its many other issues. Twitch would even ban PlayStation users from using the Playroom on their platform because the nudity and anarchy had gotten so out of hand. Also, you have to think that this being a video game system, as much as I love video games, they essentially are for children, and it wouldn't be uncommon to go on the Playroom and in one window there'd be a child streaming, and then the next window some horrendous debauchery-filled shit happening. I mean, you had this mishmash of people smoking crack, having sex on stream, playing games. Some people were just there to talk, and also children on this exact same app. It was truly insane. It wasn't all bad though. There were several communities fostered from the more innocent or normal streams, and there were several funny characters that I remember even today. Last night I saw a drunk couple getting naked, then the dude dressed up in a Batman costume. Got that. Very nice footage, but part of it can be uploaded to YT due to the nakedness. Working on that though. What can be uploaded will be going up this afternoon. Saw this. When he was like, "I'm Batman," and jumped on her, it was so funny. I was dying because he left the room without anything but boxers on and then returned in a Batman suit. Yeah, I saw that too. They played a game, who loses gets naked, and the girl lost, so she exposed her etc. There was also a guy who would dress as Batman that used to always stream on live from PlayStation, and he would do cocaine and say and do weird shit. Did you guys ever see Batman? I miss that guy doing all of that weird shit. People would dress up as characters like this guy Soso the Clown.
Can your mom hear you in the other room? Shy. I ate my mother when I was 3 months old. Get that, India. I tried to eat her on the way out, but I couldn't, so I waited.
He was basically just a guy dressed up as a clown. He actually has a YouTube channel and still streams, funny enough, if you want to check him out. There was also this girl that me and my buddies watched named Coco. She was an Asian lady who was in her 30s and had all of these ferrets running around. She would do insanely funny shit from time to time. It was also fascinating and new for the time. I loved these live from PlayStation Ustream streams. You gotta remember, this was before IRL streaming was a thing. Live streaming yourself in a public setting wouldn't become mainstream until Pokemon Go came out in 2016. It was unique to see people live streaming themselves to the world from bizarre locations. Just seeing people in their living rooms living life was a sight to behold. It truly was the unknown beginning of something that would ultimately turn into IRL streaming. Unfortunately, IRL streaming has slowly turned into fake attention-seeking, money-grifting content creators that only care more about us sharing our hard-earned money with them instead of them sharing life with us. On August the 1st, 2016, Sony would put an end to being able to stream from Ustream. This was also around the time that streamers such as Ice Poseidon would gain notoriety for live streaming. One era that few remember had ended and a new era had truly began.